Welcome on back to my channel, everyone. I know I said I probably wasn't going to be doing any more book reviews, but I did find some books that I really do want to review, and that's what we're doing today. So I hope you all enjoy this book review. These are all my opinions on the books that I have read, and if you have a similar opinion or a different opinion, please comment down below. Yeah, grab your coffee or tea and let's get on into the video. So we're going to be talking about 3 different books today. This first one, Dead Space Martyr by B.K. Everson right here. Second one is Hollow by Selina Myers. Some of you might recognize this one. And the third is Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. So if you guys heard of any of these, I would definitely like to know your comments or thoughts on these books. But first, we're going to start off with Dead Space Martyr. Okay, so based on its name, obviously this is part of the Dead Space video game series that came out quite a few years ago. It is a prequel to the games. There's my fur baby. It is a prequel to the games, basically explaining how the artifact, I don't really remember what the name of it is in the game, but the artifact that they find in the planet is found on Earth, and how it basically changes everybody into a creepy monster, a necromorph. That's the term. They don't technically name the creatures in this book since it is a prequel, but yeah, that's the birth of the necromorphs in this one. It is I don't want to say a thriller, but it is a psychological thing. Like, oof, it got me. There were times where I'm like, I don't want to really keep reading this book because it is kind of, it's messing with me in a way, because I played the first game. I still haven't continued with the second game, but I did play the first game, and reading about the changes going on in the peoples when they get infected by the necromorphs or whatever kind of monster it is, it's crazy to read it and having your mind imagine all these things as opposed to seeing it. Seeing it is bad enough, but when you read it and have your mind like going through all these different things, it's insane. For this one, it was, oof, it affected me in a way. Like, usually I'm scared of things going bump in the night from movies, but this is a book that had that happening to me, and it affected me for a while, which is why I haven't gone on to the second game, because the second game really goes off of stuff that's in this one. I don't know which one came first. I don't know if the book came first and then the game, or the second game, or what, but yeah, some of the things, like the sound of, there's a sound that the main character in this book starts hearing, and in the video game, in Dead Space 2, you actually do start hearing that sound. And when I made that connection, I'm like, okay, it's getting too much. It's getting too much, but that's a good thing. Like, when it affects you that much, like, I feel like that's a good thing for stories, because you're actually making your reader feel something. So I think this was a really good book. If you guys haven't read it, I would highly recommend it, especially if you're into like the horror, psychological thriller genre thing like that, like, because it does mess with you, especially with the artifact thing talking to you, or like, spoiler alerts, going actually into the book, dead relatives talking to you. That one hit a little too close to home. For our second book, which is Hollow, right here, by Selina Myers. If you recognize the name, that is because Selina Myers is a fellow YouTuber here on YouTube, obviously. Her name is Selina Spooky Boo. That's her real name. Her author name is Selina Myers. She has a couple of books. I didn't get them all. I wasn't able to get them all, but I got this one. It's about vampires. Let me read you the back of it. It's, Mia feels stuck. The only talent she has ever had, the ability to see ghosts, dried up when she was a child. She knows there must be something more for her out there, but what? Then one day, a tragic series of events kills her, and soon she discovers she's been turned into a vampire. She must choose between 2 vampire families and 2 unexpected loves. As she wrestles with her decision, she uncovers a conspiracy and learns her destiny is greater than she could have ever imagined. that right there, like the summary really hooked me. Like I was like, oh, okay, this sounds interesting. I want to support a fellow YouTuber as well, even though she's like way more successful than I am. Yeah, I got it off of Amazon. This is definitely available on Amazon. I was a little disappointed. It is a rather thin book for how epic it makes it sound. As it said, she has to choose between two houses, and the story felt a bit rushed. That's the only thing I think I could say. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. The story felt rushed, where she was supposed to be given time with both families. It feels like she was given more time with one family, and the second family was kind of just like really, really rushed through. And then the ending came about. The bad guy was found. The main conflict was brought to light. So yeah, it was a very rushed book. I do feel a little bit bad about that. I honestly feel like this book could have been a little bit longer, or the story could have been a little bit longer, and I wouldn't have minded. Just like give more. That's the main thing I'm saying, because it just felt like it went through it way too quickly. And I did hear, I did watch one of her videos. I am a subscriber to her channel. I did hear that she is coming out with a revised version. So this is, I believe, her first edition that she did, first version of the story. She did redo it, have some editors go through it. I don't know how much the story has changed. I haven't gotten my hands on the second iteration of this story, but she says she has redone the story of Hollow, and she will be putting it out on, I believe, Amazon. I'm not entirely sure when, if there's like a release date or anything, but she did say she redid the book. So I am super happy to see what changes were made, or how the story might have changed. Okay, on to our third and final book here of this June book reviews. Is Anatomy: A Love Story. This one's really pretty, as you can tell by the cover. Like, the girl's sitting in a dress that looks like a heart. You know what? I probably should have done this for the Dead Space one too as well, but I didn't do it. Let me read you the inside of the summary of the book. Hazel Sinnott is a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. Jack Kerr is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it's easy to die. When the two of them have a chance encounter outside the Royal Edinburgh Anatomist Society, Hazel thinks nothing of it at first. But after she gets kicked out of the renowned surgeon Dr. Beecham's lectures for being the wrong gender, she realizes that her new acquaintance might be more helpful than she first thought. Because Hazel has made a deal with Dr. Beecham. If she can pass the medical examination on her own, he will allow her to continue her medical career. Without official lessons, though, Hazel will need more than just her books. She'll need corpses to study. Luckily, she made the acquaintance of someone who digs them up for a living. But Jack has his own problems. Strange men have been skulking around cemeteries. His friends are disappearing off the streets. And the dreaded Roman fever, which wiped out thousands a few years ago, is back with a vengeance. Nobody important cares until Hazel. Now Hazel and Jack must work together to uncover the secrets buried not just in the unmarked graves of the very heart of Edinburgh Society. Yeah, so that honestly that got me right there. I love like time period stories. So this one really caught my attention, especially a woman who wants to go into the medical field, a field that was basically dominated by men practically the entire time until like the 20th century, when women were allowed to start being doctors. So I really had high hopes for this book, and unfortunately I didn't like it. It was good up until a point. And it is, if you could see right there, part of Reese Witherspoon's young adult book club. Or book club, and it's just listed as young adult. I'm not really sure how that works. But yeah, I liked everything up until a point, and this is probably gonna be spoilers, so if you want to skip, I'll leave a little time stamp right here so that you know when to skip to if you don't want any spoilers. But yeah, the main issue I had with this book is after everything she did, trying to go through these lessons on her own to become the surgeon she wanted to be, because certain things happened in her life that made her want to become a surgeon, which I really applaud. That's a really great reason. But she went through all of this, all of the trying to do everything she could to become a surgeon. not only in the end does she not become the surgeon, she gave up. She gave up being a surgeon. Because like when they started finding out what was happening to these disappearing people, it uncovered like this really big plot. This plot that was bigger than anything they could have thought of. And it was just being passed off as the Roman fever, which people already had fear of because it, like it said, it had killed off thousands of people many years before, and they just didn't want to deal with that again. So anytime anybody like killed somebody, they just said, oh, the person died of Roman fever, and everybody's like, hands off, I won't touch it. And the person who was making these people disappear, spoiler alert, like I said, this is spoilers, so the person got away with it. In the end, we found out who the bad guy was. We found out why they wanted to do this. I don't know, stupid reason, but they get away with it. And I hated it. I hated that. It's like, okay, so what's the point? She didn't become a doctor, which was her whole goal in life. She didn't want to marry and just become some housewife that just sat there and did nothing, which is basically on par for everybody, or for the women of the 19th century London, well, United Kingdom. The bad guy got away with it. Like, how's that fair? There is no sequel, at least that I know of. There is no sequel to this book, and the bad guy gets away with it? Seriously? To me, when that happens, it's just, what was your end goal? Like, I love the love story. The love story part of this was amazing. It was a beautiful love story. Guy who's like not in the same societal class as Hazel, and they end up falling in love with each other. Like that was beautiful. Watching their love story unfold is very beautiful. The whole problem, people disappearing and whatever, and they just let it go. They let it go. That bothers me so bad. I can't stop talking about it. That's how much it bothers me. I don't even know if I want to put this book on my shelf. I think I paid full price for this book, and that bothers me. That I don't even like it. Like, I've seen it on so many people's like TikTok thingies saying like, oh, it's a cute love story, or it's one of those great reads and everything. It is a good read. I wouldn't call it great. It is a good read. Definitely captures the society in 19th century UK, but did not like the ending. I did not like the ending. And this is the one that I really, really want to know if you guys have any opinions on. Because like I said, this bothered me. The way this ended bothered me. I'm not going to explain who. I'm not going to explain who was the bad guy. I do want you guys to read that, but it bothered me. It bothered me very, very much. So if any of you guys have read any of these books, please, please, please leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on these books. If you guys have any other suggestions for any other future books that I might read, definitely leave them down there. I'm always looking for new suggestions on books to read. As for next month, I do hope to continue this book review series going on for a while. So I'm going to do a new thing where I'm going to tell you the book that I'm going to be reading next. So that way, in case you want to read it as well, you can read it, and then when this video comes out, we can have a discussion in the comments, and I would very much like that. These are books readily available, but I got these through the Book of the Month Club. So in an effort for me to start reading these books, these are the books that I'm going to be reading. So the next book for the month of July will be this one, The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Long. I'm really excited to see this. Just looking at this picture right here, it just looks so wholesome. Like, that looks so cute. She's sitting on a wagon with a little kitty by a campfire, and the lanterns and everything, and then there's a city in the background. It looks really pretty, and I'm really excited to read this. So if you guys want to see my review on this book, come back next month and we'll talk about it. Other than that, guys, yeah, leave me a comment down below about these books that I reviewed right now. So again, this one didn't like very much. Didn't really like very much. I do need to get the newer version of this book by Selena Myers, Hollow. So if you could get your hands on it, let me know if it's good, if it's better than this one, if you've read the original version. And for those of you who are video game fans, get Dead Space Martyr. It is a good read. It is a very good read. It is slightly thick, but the chapters are short, so that's a good thing. I will see you guys later, and yeah, enjoy reading, guys. camera. My fur baby. My fur baby. She hangs out with me when I read sometimes. Not all of the time. But she's there. You know these books, right?